love that intro, Germ.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said we gotta do it every other one. You know what I mean? We can't just
Right.
monopolize which one it is.
Yes, folks, you're looking at the cast tonight. Me and Jeremy. Not sure where Jamie is. Marcus told us on Tuesday that he had to work late. Overtime, can't deny that. Once
Slacker.
you hit it, it's hard to pass it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Um, that's just the way it is. So we do not have our stats. We believe that Jeremy went 3-1 last week. We believe a couple people went 2-2, and we might be seeing a 4-0 again this week, but
Yeah,
we're not sure. And I'm
I think
not gloating.
this guy over here went 4-0 because he picked his Memphis. We really suck showboat.
Hey, hey, hey! Leave my boats alone. They were riding on the river.
Yeah, they got their second win of the season. So the results from last week: Memphis Showboats 24, Antonio Brahmas 22, St. Louis Battlehawks 29, Birmingham Stallions 28, Michigan Panthers 30, Houston Roughnecks. Well, they got off the bus. They had 18, and the DC Defenders beat out the Renegades 33-30. So there's your results as far as scores are concerned.
That was kind of an upset in the making. The
Yeah,
Renegades beating the Defenders. That was kind of an upset. Um, Germ, I know. I personally worked all weekend again, and I try to listen on the radio. It's really hard to listen. Have you ever tried to listen to this shit on the radio?
oh, they're awful. They're awful.
They don't keep you updated on the score. They don't really tell you who got the ball. They're bad announcers, man. They're just bad.
They're
Like
they're
I get so lost and like I recognize a couple names and I'm like, okay, I know who had the ball now. But
right.
it's so hard to listen to.
Yeah, they're. I think this is training school for Fox Sports.
It's so bad. Like why don't you give some of these podcasters a chance to get out there and do some announcing? We have nothing to lose.
Right. Let us go out there. We'll be like Madden and Pat Summerall in the replacements, just having fun with it.
A couple years ago, me and Joffrey, we did football announcing live. It was
It's
pretty
fun.
cool. Like we used our StreamYard, right?
Yeah.
We would give the head coach a link. If he wanted to log in whenever he could, and sometimes give us video from the footage from the field. Um, we had two cameras, three cameras set up. We had it went from one camera went from the end zone to the 30, the other one went from midfield, then back to the 30 to the end zone. We did the best we could with what money we didn't make.
Right.
But I mean, people listened.
Right.
I remember one game, Jerm, we filmed out of the back of a truck. I sat on the roof of the truck, and my buddy sat on the other end of the truck, so our mics weren't getting in the way. But there was no studio. This was some backyard roughneck football.
This is great. I
Uh,
love it.
we were right in the sidelines, man. Like we had players come over and start talking to us and stuff during the game. It was pretty cool. You got to do what you got to do.
Well, it's fitting that the only two guys ahead of Bryce Perkins right now are the only ones that played in every game.
Which makes sense.
It really does. I mean, stats wise, as far as passing, but he's less than a game. I mean, he's more than a game behind, but he's also a running quarterback, so you got to take that into consideration too. He's not throwing it as often as the other guys. At least that's what I'm seeing by the stats.
I'm not on that page. I was still on the other page.
Ah,
I don't have all my stats written down in front of me like I normally do tonight, guys.
well,
Sorry.
it's the same three top in the passing yardage as it was. Jordan Tamu has almost 2,000 at 1990. Luis Perez is 1809, and Bryce Perkins is at 1342. But if you go by percentage, Luis Perez is number one, Perkins is number two, and Jordan Tamu has a paltry 53.6 completion percentage. So it sounds
Looks like, but Perez has the most complete completions.
in a row, period. Yeah. He has
178. I mean, Jordan Taylor's not even close at 148.
right.
That's just crazy.
And Tamu has thrown it more with less completion.
He's made some bad passes. I did watch a couple of his games early in the season. He's made some bad passes, Jeremy.
I know. You did. That's why when I hear Jamie go, well, sometimes it's the receiver's fault. I'm like, what?
He's made some bad passes. Horrible passes, James. But that's pretty good. What is that? Like 250 a game, 260 a game for Tamu? Almost a 2,000 after 8.
Let's see. Attempts per game is 32 attempts per game for him. Yards per attempt is 7.6. Yards per game is 248.
That was close.
Yep.
You can see my face today. I'm not like John Cena.
I know. Last night you were like wearing black and you just tricked it back in that desk chair and it was like you were gone.
That was the Dark Knight, baby.
Yeah. It was cool. But your touchdown leaders is still Tamu.
Gotta be leading the way, right?
Yeah, he has 16. Perkins is second with 9, and Luis Perez, even though Arlington had a good game, he didn't throw a passing touchdown. He's stuck at 7 still. But leading the league,
dude, there's not even close. 16, and then 9 is the next closest. That's insane.
Yeah, I know. But your most sacked quarterback in the league is Luis Perez. Right behind him is Max Dugan at 15.
Now, how many running touchdowns does these guys have?
Now I'll go to the rushing and we'll look that up for you because I know that one of the leaders in rushing touchdowns is a Mr. Bryce Perkins.
I was going to say it's got to be Bryce Perkins. Well, the leader said 5 when you're Michigan Panthers.
Yeah, 5. It's Tua Towel, Jacob Sailors, Bryce Perkins. Max Dugan has 5. So that's your leaders. Those 4 right there have 5, and then there's 2 people with 4, and that's Devion Smith and Zaquandre White of the Roughnecks.
No, there's 4 people with 5.
Yeah,
I know you just said that.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're ahead of me. Your phone must be faster. Either that or you have multiple screens up and you're just clicking back and forth. And
I got
my ass.
Hey, I got the stats on my phone. I got the results on the screen on the other tab. I just switch over.
I was gonna say you're getting way ahead of me and reading way faster than I am, and I don't want to be that guy that repeats everything you say. Yeah. Would you think there'd be more touchdowns in this league right by now?
No, because it's less minutes per quarter. 10 minutes per quarter. It limits the amount of time that they have to really drive the ball. You know, an extended drive is 7.5 minutes. If you do that, that means what? 40 minutes.
It's almost a whole quarter.
You've lost a quarter. You've lost a quarter technically.
I'm more amazed like how these teams still end up with 11 to 10 possessions per team per game, and it's always about even.
And the reason why is because of those short 3 and outs that they have. Every team has them. You can't get over it. Every team has about 4 3 and outs per game on an average. Or a turnover.
I think that's what.
You know,
and why is Jordan Tamu almost at over 2,000 yards? Why? It doesn't make much sense. If they're playing less time.
He throws it more. He's averaging 32 yards of reception.
So he's just throwing bombs.
Right. He's dropping bombs. Which, a bad quarterback should be able to complete 50% of your bombs, and that explains it all. It's also why he's the most sack quarterback in the league with 20 sacks on him.
That'll do it.
He's holding the ball too long.
That's what most quarterbacks do. That
Yeah, they try to, instead of doing some, when they audible and they send people out, a lot of quarterbacks that have a big arm like Jordan Tamu, Brett Favre used to do it. John Elway did it when he had his good receivers there for a while in Broncos. Just send everybody in the streets and say, fuck it, make your O-line protect you. The problem is what happens 9 times out of 10?
sack.
Because you're waiting for somebody to break free from their coverage.
Right. Gotcha.
And I'm sorry, what I grew up watching for coverage is way better than what we see now. What we see now is a lot more athletic guys, and they're more evenly matched than they used to be. But it isn't coverage like we saw.
I still miss the hits.
Yeah. The last hit that was great, it was at the Pro Bowl. It was Sean Taylor on that punter. Oh, God. Yeah, I love it.
Sean Taylor was one of those players that was just going to be a Hall of Fame guy.
Yeah.
He was magical, and then I can't believe he got shot. I think I might have cried that day because I was a Miami fan, and I was a Hurricanes fan, and that
And then
just
you got the guy that was shot by friendly fire while he was over fighting for our country. You got Pat Tillman, who was the same type of guy back then, just before Sean Taylor.
he was a
first got-
missile, man. He was a missile. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
I don't like to bring up that name because there's a lot of stuff I've read on that, and
It's
I
not
wonder
good.
if it was. I wonder if it was really friendly fire.
Right. They say it was. But
Yeah, of course they're going to say it was. But anyway, we're not going to talk about that.
Yep, we're done.
But he was a really good defensive back.
But the reason why he went over there is why I respected him.
Right.
He walked away from millions. Literally millions of dollars to fight for our country.
Absolutely.
The man earned my respect right there. You don't hear that in this day of age. All right. Your rushing leaders as far as yardage, of course, is Jacob Sailors, 466. Joshua Corbin of San Antonio, 374. Deion Jackson, a DC with 357. Toa Tua of Michigan with 310. And Kalen Balaj at 306.
Still can't believe the yardage is so low.
Again, shorter quarters, shorter possessions. It makes sense, but it doesn't at the same time. They should just make it 15-minute quarters and match with the NFL so we can see a real game out of these fuckers.
I think the problem with that is though they let the clock run in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I know. They don't
and then they stop. Then they stop it after 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm. That is it.
I don't really like that rule. It takes away from football.
Mm-hmm. It takes time away from football. During the change of possession, at least the clock stopped in the NFL.
Right.
It's not stopped there. They just don't start the play clock until they get into their huddles, right? Isn't that how that works?
I think so.
Yeah. And so that limits the amount of time you're going to have to do stuff. It's a lot closer to the CFL, but the CFL wasn't stupid enough to make the quarters 10 minutes is the difference.
I don't know what the fuck she destroyed, but it smells good. It smells like she got a hold of a strawberry freshener. And I don't know where. I don't know. My house just smells like strawberries all of a sudden. Anyway.
She ate a strawberry shortcake and ripped one. I
don't know. Well, in this new studio, I can't see what she's doing.
Right.
I just hear her back there chewing on something.
Right.
I can't see her, so I have no idea. Rushing leaders, Jerem, like you said, obviously, That running clock probably hurts it too.
It does.
Um, we'll have to look into it and see if there's a way to look up fourth quarter only stats.
I haven't found that on here. I've been looking for quarter stats. I wanted to do stuff like that because I think as time goes on in the fourth quarter, you're seeing more passing game going on than running game. I think they go away from it because of the clock situation.
You have to, unless you're winning.
Right. Unless you're winning. Reception yards, it's not that much. You would think it would be more, right? But it's really
Well,
not.
Jonathan, here's the funny thing. I don't know if Jonathan Adams played in this game on Sunday or not, or Friday,
Uh,
because he was at 418 last time we spoke,
right. And his receptions haven't gone up. He still has 32 receptions.
and
So
now
that
he's in
tells
what, third
me
or fourth place?
he dropped to third place. So I don't think he played. Sayasi Mariner, I don't know if he played because he's still at 413. Remember, they were 1-2 last week.
Yes, they were.
But I think Sayasi Mariner might be getting some backlash or something. But I haven't heard about an injury, but I'll look into it and get you more information if it is. Just like you should probably look into Jonathan Adams.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
But Dean Kane and Chris Rowland took over. Dean Kane of the Birmingham Stallions. He's got
Dude, Dean Kane is a beast. I saw him play live, and that dude's massive.
436 yards on 23 receptions. He has a 60% completion rate to him.
Now, isn't that funny how Jordan Tamu is number one in passing, but none of his guys are up there?
Because he distributes the ball a lot.
That means he's throwing that ball around.
Yeah, he's throwing it around. Let's see who the first one from DC that gets on the list is Braylon Sanders. He has 13 catches, but 322 yards.
So he's just catching bullets.
Oh yeah, and here's why you don't see Tamu's name up there on that list, right? He has 13 catches, but only a 44.8% catch rate.
Oh, that's awful.
That's Eric Ebron.
That's funny.
Just like the year that Eric Ebron made the Pro Bowl because he had his 13 touchdowns with Andrew Luck. Everybody forgets he had 39 targets in the red zone and only caught 13 of them.
I don't remember that season.
That was let's see, that was 5 years later because we picked up his 5th-year option and then he went to the Colts. He was drafted in 2011, I believe. So that would have been 2016, which would have been Andrew Luck's second year when they went to the playoffs. That sound about right?
I think so. Sounds right.
And Eric Ebron made a Pro Bowl because he had 13 touchdowns on the season. And 10 of them were caught in the end zone.
Okay.
But I watched him because I wanted to see if he'd be better because everybody said Andrew Luck was a better quarterback than Matt Stafford. No, Jamie. He didn't show up. He's slacking.
Fired.
At least demoted.
I don't know where he is.
But anyways, so like I said, in that end zone that year, he had 39 targets in the end zone and only caught 10 of them.
That's awful.
Yeah, that's over a 66% drop rate in the end zone.
That's horrible, actually.
Yeah. A buddy of, well, you met him, Detroit Dom, the one that was rubbing everybody wrong last week.
Dom.
Yeah, D12 Dom. Eric Ebron, when his son was born, posted a picture on Twitter and on Facebook, and Dom commented on the one on Twitter, I hope you hold on to that baby better than you do a football, and he deleted all of his social media accounts immediately following.
And what?
Eric Ebron posted a picture when his newborn baby was born, his son. And Dom put a comment in there that said, I hope you hold on to that baby better than you do a football. An hour later, all of his social media accounts disappeared.
Eric Ebron's did.
Yeah,
Wow.
I thought it was hilarious. I was like, Detroit Dom just made an NFL player quit social media. That's great, though, isn't it?
It is. That's pretty funny, actually. Sorry, I'm trying to find out if Adam's played or not.
Correlation doesn't equal causation. No, Eric Ebron did an interview that night because everybody freaked out because he like left all the social medias and everybody thought he was quitting football. He goes, "No, I got tired of the hate from the fans." He literally said that in the interview.
Relation doesn't equal
Causation.
shit. Kids are in school and know more than I do. Shit.
I understood what he's saying.
Josh, some regular English boy.
In other words, he's saying it might not have been just Dom, and he's right. But it just seemed awful that the timing of it when he was active.
It's so funny.
It is funny. It's almost as bad as when Caitlyn Jenner announced that she was going to run for the governor of California, and I said she can't be the governor of California. She already runs Michigan as governor because our governor looks just like.
Well, whenever you're ready, Marcus.
Hey, Marcus.
What's
How
up,
long
buddy?
20 minutes?
Yeah,
Okay.
we've been on. I did go over the results of last week. I have all the scores.
So it's not my fault. I'm not Gene Snitsky, but it ain't my fault. The DMs are down on Twitter. That's why I didn't get no DMs what time we were going live.
Oh, we thought you said you were working overtime. That's why we didn't think you were here.
We say
Oh,
that we go live the same time every day.
I know, but I had to work late. I just got home like 15 minutes ago. I jumped in the shower and everything because I didn't want to smell like a divorced dad's dick while talking UFL. So,
but you know what? That wouldn't matter to us because we can't smell you. This isn't smell-o-vision.
I know, but
I'm just playing. Joey Uso in the chat. What's up?
What's up,
The
Joe?
champ is here.
Marcus, we got to know. Did someone go 4-0 this week?
let me pop that up because I don't think no one went 4-0. Let me get it ready.
Oh no,
and I gotta find the attendances too.
Because you picked against my Panthers.
As a matter of fact, everyone tied with 3-1. So everyone was a winner this week. We had a 4-way tie. Everybody went 3-1.
What about attendance wise?
I'm gonna have to figure that out. But
okay.
I know for Adam and I are the only two that picked the Showboats and we won. And Adam and I both lost the Roughnecks game, but we all picked the Battlehawks and the Defenders, and that was a win for all four of us. So that puts us at 3-1. Let me see if I can. This is what I want to. This is what I came for. Let's see. Let me make sure I get the right week too. I want to go click on the wrong shit.
This is the week 8 recap, right?
This is week 8.
Yep.
Unfortunately, so I got some good news. I might not have to work on the 31st, so we might still have that watch along coming on.
All right, great.
All right, I got them. Are you ready?
Yeah. Let's do it.
UFL Talk Show, everybody in the comments on StreamYard, are you ready?
Okay, it's going to a wrestling show now. All right.
All right. Week 8 for the Memphis Showboats at the San Antonio Brahmas in the Alamo Dome. I said 4,000. Adam said 2,400. Jamie said 7,000. And Jeremy said 4,200. The attendance in San Antonio, 9,244. So
That's
Jamie got that one. Jamie's not here.
And he's not here, right?
For
I
the
need to get my mini. I need to get my mini fridge in here. That would complete the fucking deal here.
I need one too. I need to put one right here.
I got one
For the Panthers Roughnecks game that was supposed to be a watch along, I said 3,500. Adam said 10,000. Jamie said 5,500, and Jeremy said 8,500. The attendance was 4,007.
That's you.
So I got that one. For the Stallions and the Battlehawks in St. Louis in the Dome, I said 15,000. Adam said 25,000. Jeremy said 27,000.
I didn't
And
think
Jeremy,
7,000.
Jamie said 27,000. You said 17,500. The attendance was 30,114.
Ooh.
Jamie
Adam.
got another one.
Jamie.
No, Jamie got that one too. Jamie got two of them. Jamie
Feels
said
like
27.
Yeah.
And finally, for DC versus the Renegades, I said 10,000. Adam said sold out. Jamie said 11,500, and you said, Jeremy, 12,500. The attendance was 14,638. So I think Jeremy was the closest. Because the sold out capacity is what? 30,000, 40,000 in DC?
Right. Yeah.
And week 8 averaged 14,500.
That number really got raised by that St. Louis game.
Oh, I have the numbers for the I'm pretty sure he already shared them, but I wrote the numbers for that game even though I couldn't catch it. And I've seen worse, but this couldn't have been any better than it already was. So they fell 30-18. They now dropped to 3-5. They're definitely out the playoff picture. Jalen McClendon went 30 for 50. He had 316 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Shaquandre White led in rushing, 59 total yards at 8 carries. His longest run was 45 yards. Lorenzo lingered, 7 carries for 33 yards. His longest was for 21. Jalen rushed again for 24 yards on 9 carries. His longest run was 8 yards. Kiki Chisholm led in. Actually, Justin Hall led in receiving with 88 yards on 11 catches and a touchdown. Chisholm was behind him at 57 receiving yards, 4 catches and a touchdown. Lawrence Keys had 2 catches for 42 yards, and Emmanuel Butler had 3 catches for 37 yards. The defense, 45 total tackles, 33 solo, 2 sacks, 3 tackles for a loss, and 1 broken up pass. The offense had a total of 441 total yards. They had a total of 125 rushing, 6 penalties, 24 first downs, and 2 turnovers. Jamie, you have won 2 attendances this week, so congrats. You've
Awesome.
won the San Antonio and the St. Louis games.
Mhm. What were the numbers again?
San Antonio had 9,244, and let me pop it back up. You said
He got the big one with the 30,000, right?
Yeah, you said 7,000, so it was 9,244. I got the Roughneck game. The Roughneck was 4,007. You got the biggest game of the week. You said 27,000 in St. Louis. The attendance was 30,114.
Nice.
And Jeremy got the DC game. It was 14,638. And this week
really
averaged this week averaged 14,500.
Right.
Marcus,
So-
real quick, did you see what we can do now?
What's that?
You see the comments are live in the actual feed now?
Yeah, I saw that on open mic
Oh, all right. I'm going to turn them off because it's blocking Jamie.
when I played the wrong intro video, by the way.
Right.
Oh, open mic. That was fun. That was entertaining. We were playing the UFL and everything else.
Well, I saw y'all had a intro video. It was in a different thingy. not in the UFL chat. It was in the Dodgers Dogs page. I think it said
Yeah.
chat video or some shit. I figured that was
I
the
don't-
intro. So,
Dude, Trey puts all kind of interest for his stuff on there.
well, the DMs are still down. That's why I came in late. And
Yeah, my Twitter was down. Jeremy's was down. I was like, I'm just gonna sit here. If anyone shows up, anyone shows up.
I see my intro got played. The On The Go intro got played, I see. Or did you jump straight to a different brand after the intro? Because we're in the UFL chats. I figured you played your
Yeah,
US.
I used the dog. I used where the videos are stored in the dog section. The Dodger dog.
Don't get more 80s than whistling.
You fuck with me, I'll fuck with you back. All right. James, how are you tonight? Didn't even get to say hi.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was having a really crazy day today. RG&E came to shut off all of our power to check some things, and then my dad's modem broke, and then we finally got that fixed, and all the computers power and the computers turned back on. So it was a long, late day, a day of adjustment.
Gotcha.
I worked till
Jeremy,
8 o'clock today.
I don't
so-
recall this. I don't recall this guy, RXJ.
RXJ is a buddy of mine from Twitter. I'm glad to see you here.
Yeah, me too. Always glad to see people.
He does a space and covers the Lions, and every now and then I jump in it.
Gotcha. Marcus, you would have liked the show last night.
Oh my God!
Which one?
We were on
Which one?
Jeremy's show last night. NFC
Oh.
South coverage.
Oh, when's the next one? I'm gonna have to watch it and comment in it.
Every Wednesday at 9. I'm live.
Okay.
You're
Got
more
it.
than
I'm going-
you're more than welcome to ask Jeremy for an invite.
Yeah, if you ever want to be on, let me know because you cover the Saints, right?
Yeah.
And
I
the
don't.
Texans.
I don't think we're playing one of them this year. I don't think one of them is playing the Lions this year. I can recall. Let me.
We're not playing the Saints. We're playing the
I know-
Texans, but not the Saints.
Yeah. We. I see a preseason game on August 23rd for the
Yeah, that's
Texans.
all-
No, Mark, they just talked like a roundtable of NFL on Wednesdays.
And I actually use subjects, and it's actually kind of structured.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to catch one sometime in the future. Definitely.
I leave them on my channel so you can watch them anytime.
I like your little intro you sent me. You sent me 2 different intros. One was rock and one was rap.
Yeah, I like them both. I like
Yeah,
the
Josh,
music.
I got to talk to Rich too about that. We'll figure it out.
I think
Yep,
I think
it's
that
over.
I think I rather that rap intro. That rap intro was banger.
Right. Well, I like the music of the rock one better than I like the lyrics of it. But I like everything about the hip hop one.
Hell to the yeah.
I go back and forth because it's mixed from my crowd. Yep, RXJ. He says, yes, Roundtable is a very entertaining show. Lots of different opinions, different team coverage, and makes it more fun. And that's exactly why I do it. You know, I would love to be able to have like 10 people on there and everybody representing a different team. But with me being Lions centric and in my 4th year, I always end up with like 3 or 4 Lions fans.
It happens. It happens. You know how many people I like talk to come on my show, Jeremy, as Steeler fans? And Rich was the only one that popped on.
Exactly.
And I'm glad he did, man. Rich is awesome.
Yeah, Rich is a good guy.
So more good news on my side. I'm got a interview coming for next week.
Oh, nice.
Since I'm getting a guy I've had on my wrestling show a long time ago. He's also you could call him a hype man or whatever you want to call him, but he's like the hype guy for McNeese basketball, but he also does hype for our intercollegiate baseball team, and that season's fixing to start June 2nd, and I'm getting him on the show to talk about the upcoming season. So for the summer, I'm going to be adopting another Louisiana team on my show, our intercollegiate baseball team, the Lake Charles Gumbo Gators. You guys like intercollegiate? If you guys like intercollegiate baseball.
Thanks. I got to reach out back to that Amari guy and see if we can get him on your show more.
So what day of the week are you doing that one?
I haven't scheduled a date yet. I need to see what's best because my next episode, I'm probably going to drop an episode on Memorial Day so I can recap the SEC tournament and preview the upcoming playoffs for college baseball and then the 8 teams that make their trip to Oklahoma City. Because I think Super Regionals is going on this weekend for softball. I haven't been keeping up with softball since LSU blew it, but I need to. They got people that want to hear some softball recaps and shit, so I need to put that on there.
No, Joey Uso, I did not know that. So
yeah, I didn't know that either, Joe. I didn't know that either.
I wonder if you could. I know I might. I mean, I have a temporary intro. Maybe I can get an upgrade. Have some video footage like Evan does.
I have no idea. I've not talked to Evan. Like I got to message him, find out what's going on, see how he's doing.
We miss you, Evan.
Miss you, Evan.
Anyway, Jamie, anything to say about your defenders this weekend?
Yeah, I think they were more the offenders this week with the way they played on offense. Jordan Tau, he balled out. He was like, don't forget, the running backs were really good too. How about Deion Jackson taking a 57-yard touchdown to the house for their first score, and he ran with bad intentions there.
Little Marshawn Lynch style.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, by the way, Jamie, all 4 of us won this week. We all had a 3-1 record.
Nice.
Everybody just lost 1 game, so everybody won this week.
Sports talking it. I remember why he lost the one he lost is because he flipped me off about the Panthers and said I'm going the Roughnecks.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go out of division, all right, Champ? I couldn't root for my division.
Right.
I know I gotta hope and maybe. If they all suck, it'd be like the NFC South.
Yeah, we're now the laughing stock of the NFL. That's not the NFC East. Speaking of, didn't Shadir get like a $4.6 million deal signing with the Cleveland Browns?
Yeah, for all 4 years.
Yeah, and then Gabriel got a 4-year, $6.8 million deal. No one even talked about it.
Primetime's going to cry about that, saying his son should be making Patrick Mahomes money. And that's where I'm the kid in the car seat come out. Bullshit.
Joey, how do we get a hold of you if we want to know about your...
I've got his email address. I can forward it to you.
All right. Anyway, Jeremy, you had your finger up?
Oh, no. When he said it was bullshit, I was like, yes.
I need to start putting some clips on here like I used to do on my old shows. It's just for shits and giggles and to make people laugh.
Hey, you do what you got to do.
I like to, because there for a while, YouTube was so bad about the cussing, I couldn't be myself on my own show when I was doing it solo. I always said for shigs and giggles.
Shit in the rainbow.
But then, they finally made it so we could make our shows 18 and up. So that it was for a more First Amendment friendly show.
First Amendment news? Did they really tell you that?
That's how they sold it, because everything that was considered public had to be good for family viewing, so it had to be safe for people under 18, which meant no profanity. So as soon as they made it so it could be 18 and up, I signed up for that. I made my channel 18 and up, and I have been my colorful metaphor self ever since.
Marcus, I got the studio up and running a little bit. Looks a little better.
Oh yeah, I could see a lot. I see your jerseys. I see a TV under that light.
Yeah. So I wanted to show. I don't have cable on this TV yet, Marcus. But if you do a watch along, we could turn that on and watch some games, and it would be on.
Yeah, I'm still do the dog cam trick one day. I'm gonna still try it if we do this week 10 watch along. I'm gonna give it a shot.
I also moved the camera, Jeremy. I don't know if you noticed. I moved the camera around a little bit too from
Yeah,
last
you don't
night.
see the TV as well, and your light whites out the TV now.
Yeah, well, we're not having a watch along, so
Yeah, right.
Well, the light's gonna save you too, so you can't get copyrighted.
I was just gonna have the TV on for fun.
You could just say it's one of those those collage picture frames
With
that
movement.
does the slideshows. I used to have one of those.
We already went over like the top 5 rushing, receiving, and passing leaders. But the only thing I had left to go was defensive stat.
Let me tell you something. Arnold Tarpley tore it up this weekend. 13 freaking tackles. I think 10 were solo. I don't know if he had any pass deflections. I just know the dude went off. Jeremy, that was your guy. I'm surprised you didn't weren't all over that.
Nope. Frank Ginda had a good week, but not good enough. Yeah, San Antonio had 2 guys jump up. Jordan
Phone
Williams
call, hold
with
on.
66 total tackles. Devontae Beckett with 64. Steel Chambers jumps ahead of Ginda after this week from Memphis with 64 tackles. Ginda had, 54 he was leading with last week, so he only had 7 tackles this week.
Right. Arnold Tarpley was the man this week. 13 tackles.
Yeah, but he's nowhere even. Arnold Tarpley, he made it all the way up to 11th.
I was gonna say he had a jump. He averaged
Yeah,
about 7. He averaged about 7 tackles a game. I think.
Right. Yeah, he had a game for us.
I did text him. I didn't get a text back this time though. Can't win them all right? Can't win them
Right.
all.
It's
I can
just
try,
no
though.
different-
I
No
can
different
try.
than when you, no different than when you meet Megatron out there at the draft and you message him and he doesn't reply.
No, Jerem, that's where you need that microphone that plugs into your phone,
Yeah, I know.
and you could go live right then and there.
I know.
I have one. I got it on eBay. I got it on eBay for $12.
The reason why I want to get with him though, and he talked about it, and he wants to help me because I'm a new podcaster. I don't have a lot of followers, and he wants to help boost my show. But I don't want to talk to him about his playing days. I don't want to be that guy where we're rehashing his glory days. You know what I mean? Right
Kind of
now,
like good.
right now he's in business with the Lions with his CBD THC free cannabinoid pain medicine.
To work because I really need it.
Yeah, I hope so. I told him I said I'd take a sample and give him my address.
Dude, my elbow is like on fire. Someone said, you guys said the other day it could be what was that? And whenever I talked to someone at the healthcare today, they said it could be like a lot of drivers get this in their elbow from driving all day. And I drive, so it makes sense.
It's a tendonitis type of thing in your elbow. Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's still in a wrap. I can't wait to put ice on it. I didn't want to put ice on it for the show, but got to tough it up. Got to tough it out.
Did you get the copper fit sleeve yet? Did it?
No, it's shipped. It should be here tomorrow. It said, so we'll see.
I hope that helps. And if it does, if it gives any relief whatsoever, I'm leaning towards tendonitis.
I know my dad uses this sometimes, the copper tendon on his leg, and he said it really helps.
Yep. That's why I suggested it.
Marcus, are you at that age where you need copper tendon yet? Whenever you get injured?
He's on the phone.
I saw that. I read the lips like a lip syncer.
Oh wow! I'm so proud of you.
I know, right? Jamie, he's not old enough to know about copper tendon.
Coppertone used to be the good one because they had the best commercials, whether it was sunblock or just tanning lotion.
Oh, absolutely. Coppertone 45.
Yeah, you remember that when SPF 45 was the best sunscreen out there? Now
Yeah,
we got
remember when
UV protection up to SPF 80.
I seen 100. Like,
Yeah,
why even go? Why even go outside?
if it's 100% UV protection, you might as well just stay inside. They must market that for vampires.
Yeah, I have no idea. I was so confused. I'm like, what? What? I'm like 100. What the fuck?
Come on, that's
Um,
great though. They could take a bath in SPF 100, be able to go outside for an hour then.
Jamie, you had some good articles today. No, my
Yeah.
gosh, that you released.
Yeah, Jamie does write good articles. He sends them.
Jamie, you had some good articles, my man.
Hey, glad you like them.
How
What's your
long did it
favorite?
take you
What
to?
was your favorite one?
How long does it take you to write those?
On a good day, I can get them. I can get them done quick when I'm paying attention.
Now, do you get paid per article, or do you get? Or how does that work?
I get paid at the end of the month per views.
Remember, we're helping you.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I shared your shit on all 4 channels today.
Nice.
uh, I have 10, but I only shared it on 4 because that's all it popped up on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get
And my
confused.
other ones, I get paid per story too. So
Which ones are your best? The Yankees ones or the college ones or
it's my UFL ones actually on the forkball that do really well. But
how do you share them with
my Yankee ones do well on Stadium Rant too.
well Stadium Rants mainly Yankees anyway, right?
It's all sports, but yeah. But
Stadium Rant
they're
always
in
seems to be
Hoboken, New
Yankees.
Jersey, Stadium Rant. So
Good.
yeah, it definitely is Yankees.
Sure. Yeah,
What's that? Oh no, I just he writes good stuff. I read everything. His Yankee stuff is really good. His Bills stuff is really good, and the UFL stuff I agree is probably his best stuff.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Do you feel it's easier to write about a league that a lot of people don't write about so you can put more effort into it?
Definitely, I think.
It's no different than what I was going to say earlier, but Marcus had to jump on that phone call. When he gets into that college baseball program, I got a buddy that I met that's an assistant coach and hitting coach for the Delta College Pioneers, a community college up here. And he could actually give him insight on the community college network in my area.
Weren't you doing a show with that guy?
He hasn't had time to do it because they made the playoffs.
Well, good for them. I thought you were. I remember you telling us. I think you said it was going to be Sunday at some
Yeah,
point.
it was supposed to be on Sunday, but when he found out that they were in the tournament and they made the playoffs for the community colleges, and he's now in the national tournament, so he don't have time.
Well, maybe in the off season, Jeremy.
Yep, off season, but he's also a Cleveland Browns fan, so he plans on joining the roundtable talk too.
Nice.
And
I'd be curious to hear a different outtake from Browns camp.
he's a different one.
That's what we need. Now, Jeremy, are you going to get back into writing? Obviously, we've taken a turn
I'm trying.
off the path.
I'm going to start doing it on my own and then start my own website. I think that's going to be my best bet for now and try to make my money myself because I don't have a degree. I barely got the minimum at 3 years in at my writing with a published website.
And that was
So
with South Caribbean or something.
Yep, that was at the South Tribune. They own the Motor City Tribune, and I did 3 seasons of game reviews, game previews, off-season reviews for the Lions, and then the draft coverage last year.
Now, is that difficult to start your own stuff?
Yes and no. It's not hard to start your own website. It's hard to make it to where people want to see it. That's what's hard.
I'm
So
sure you
it-
could run it on your
But
show.
it's going to be right. It's going to be just like I had to do with my show. I'm going to have to pimp myself out harder than a Navy, than a whore next to a Navy base on the day before payday with a pimp. That's what I'll have to do.
And hose, boats and hose, boats and
Yeah.
hose.
Yeah, I'll have to get that song incorporated on the website.
Maybe you just like let Jamie get in on there and share the shit in there.
Oh, I was going to offer. I'm not going to be paying anybody until I get paid. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, hey, it's just another place to put your stuff. You want to publish it on there? Let me know. Send me your published version, and I'll give credit to them because then it's not plagiarism.
Jamie, are you allowed?
Wait, what?
If you're an independent, right? You're not contracted through Porkball. Is that correct?
I'm independent with both companies. Yeah. Why do you ask?
Okay, so like as long as it's a published article by them,
Mhm.
we can actually publish it as long as I leave the fact that it was published by your original website. You know what I'm saying? With a link to it
So
within the
you
article.
want to be another you want to be another site that takes other people's writings and
Yeah, it's no different than like A to Z Sports does or Pride of Detroit
or what
ESPN
MSN does. Yeah.
or MSN. They borrow everybody else's, but they're an API source. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It'd be the same thing.
You can do that because you're allowed to do that because you could do it for both Forkball and Stadium, right? Because I'm both an independent contractor with them.
Right, and that's why it's no different than my stuff out there on the South Florida Tribune. I can literally transfer all that stuff, and as long as I say it was published by Scott Morganroth in the South Florida Tribune.
Mhm.
Jeremy, what was my question last night when we were talking about the Saints?
Yeah, you weren't sure if it was clickbait or not, and I haven't seen anything that looks like it came from anything NFL official.
What the
Olave trade? Yeah.
You don't think? I don't know. This is heavy talk in Pittsburgh.
Right. If it happens, it happens. That's where we're at with it. It's no different than last year when everybody thought that the Lions were going to trade with the Raiders for Max Crosby at the trade deadline.
Or Brandon Ayuk.
Right.
Marcus, is there anything down in New Orleans about this talk?
About what?
Olave going to the Steelers.
Oh, I think they're supposed to work a deal out where he might stay. I mean, I hope rumors are true.
So see, when you're talking about somebody at the source, I know he said I hope, but he goes, it looks like we're working out a deal to stay. To me, it doesn't sound like that this has water. It sounds like it's a clickbait thing that somebody created and everybody else is running with it.
Yeah, because I mean, it could have been a hoax, but I digress. I mean, the team would already be in shambles if we lost one of our top biggest players when we got everyone with the quarterback drama right now.
And Brandon Cooks will be your number one receiver.
Yeah,
I think Kellen Moore may try to bring the tush push over to New Orleans.
New Orleans got enough drama right now. And we're waiting to see what's the replacement.
You got Kellen Moore as your coach.
I'm talking about another sport, if you want to call it a sport.
Oh.
What, basketball?
No, WWE.
Oh.
Yeah, the fifth professional sport.
Wrestling.
Yes, that's right. You got to say it right. It's wrestling. Wrestling is what they do in college in the Olympics.
Or you want to call this sports entertainment. I'm going to tell you what else I'm pissed about.
What?
They finally Tickets are finally on sale for UFC 318, Daniel Poirier's last fight against Max Holloway.
In New Orleans.
In New Orleans. The cheapest ticket is $385.
Where were we talking about? Where were we talking about this, Jerm? I could have sworn we were talking about this on a show.
It was on my show when we were talking about the difference between the regular season and the postseason and why the fans don't seem as into it when you watch postseason football. It's because when you take your average ticket in the nosebleed and make it with last year we had a $250 price tag on a nosebleed ticket during the season for our home game. In the first home playoff game where we had a divisional round was $1,500 a piece for the cheapest ticket. You're going to get a lot more of your wine and cheese and more sophisticated fans than your average fan.
Well, apparently people paid.
Oh yeah, people paid. That isn't what I'm saying.
I remember watching the game live, Jeremy. I don't know if you watched it also, but on Twitter, people were just going live.
Oh yeah.
There was a really good one in the end zone. That was cool to watch.
Right.
Yeah,
when Gibbs had that nice red zone run on the touchdown. That one when the guy was live.
Remember, I was like, because I was at work and I was just driving around, and all of a sudden on Twitter, someone would be like going live from the game, and I thought that was cool as shit. That's just me. Anyway, you still on the phone, Mark? Mark, you still on the phone?
I'm playing my Switch.
He's playing the Switch. Don't let him lie to you.
I paused it.
What game are we playing?
Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door.
Same thing he was playing last time.
I'm rebeating it again. When I'm done with that, then I'm gonna go back into my fantasy world and play Hogwarts Legacy.
No, you
cool. That'll be cool. I'll go. Hey, Josh, I need the Switch. I think it's at your house. We could all play. You have Switch, Jan or Jerem? No.
No, I'm old.
I was gonna say we could all play Mario. We could all play Super Mario Kart.
He's playing Star Wars Legacy with Magic. I get it.
I'm playing GoldenEye, Jerem, on the 64. She plays GoldenEye was the first not shooter game. That game was badass, dude.
Yeah, and if you found the golden gun,
yeah, you found the golden gun. That's it for you.
Yeah, the golden gun. You can shoot somebody in their toe and they instantly died.
Yes, I still remember running around the cave. I don't know why. I just remember running around the cave.
Yeah, the one scene was actually from the original movie Never Say Never with Sean Connery, and you're running around in that cave, which leads to like the underground dock area where you see the boat, you see the dock, and you see the water, and then you're running around in the cave hiding behind.
Well, that was the other one too. There was a lot of hiding spots on that level.
Yes, there was.
So apparently my daughter plays the Switch, and as you can see, it says good luck getting it off of her.
Josh says good luck. Talk to Kay about that. Best of luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my daughter. I think we talked about the Breath of Wild last time. How these two kids hated that game whenever I said I was buying it. Then I buy it, and they're like, "You can ride a horse."
What game is that?
The Breath of the Wild.
Oh, the last game I remember playing that involved riding a horse was Red Dead Redemption.
I'm talking about on the Switch. You ever play Breath of the Wild, Marcus?
No, never even heard of it.
It's a Zelda game.
Oh! I've heard of it. I never played it. I think the last Zelda game I played was the first one they dropped on the Switch. Like that came out like in 2017 or 18. I hadn't even played the new.
It was Breath of the Wild. Is
it fun? Like is it the one with the smaller bit graphics, or that's got realistic graphics?
Dude, everything on Nintendo's cartoon, aren't they?
Well, I remember there was a Zelda game where you could play as Zelda. I don't know if that's the same game.
I don't know.
The last Zelda
Don't
game,
know.
the last Zelda game I played recently was Ocarina of Time on my Switch.
You play the flute and everything?
Yep. I want to go back and play Majora's Mask again too, but now that when I get the Switch 2, I'm gonna replay the Wind Waker.
They supposed to upgrade the graphics or something?
That's the one with the cartoonish, weird graphics, comic book graphics, you can call it or whatever.
Gotcha. Jeremy, ready to go over stats or for next week?
Let's do next week. Yeah, I'm ready. We went over the stats.
No, I mean like calling the game and some numbers in the stands.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm ready for. Next week's stats. Let's do it.
Because I know we're at an hour, and Jeremy, you haven't had a cigarette in an hour. Your lungs might be like, get cigarette in me.
I'm getting a little jittery.
Mhm.
Marcus, you ready to write all this shit down?
Yes, I am ready. Let's go ahead. Week 9 of the UFL. Let's see what we got on this weekend's menu. This Memorial Day weekend's menu. I know the Roughnecks got a home game, but we're not going to do that one first. Friday Night Lights. Tomorrow night, back in San Antonio. So another Friday night in the Alamo Dome. So we got two teams that play in a dome going at it. We got the St. Louis Battlehawks at the San Antonio Brahmas. Jeremy, you first.
Battlehawks.
And
let's go 11,000.
11,000. All right. Jamie.
Battlehawks, 12,000.
You got to do the Raha chant.
Oh, caca!
Oh, the caca. I'm sorry. What's the attendance you said?
12,000.
12,000. All right, Adam.
I'm going Battlehawks. I'm going. It's going to be a city of blue Memorial Day weekend traveling down to the game. I'm going to say 14.
14,000. Well, I'm also going Battlehawks, so that's Battlehawks across the board. Oh yeah, that's right. It's not in St. Louis; it's in San Antonio. So yeah. I'm gonna say 7,000. If it had been in St. Louis, I would have gave a big number, but no, it's in the Alamo Dome. I'll say 7,000.
I'm saying a lot of St. Louis fans are traveling this weekend.
Saturday we get a doubleheader, but not the type of doubleheader we had last week. Thank you, Jesus. But something had to happen to our teams. We got the Arlington Renegades at the Memphis Showboats. Adam, you go first.
I'm going Memphis. I'm going for Showboats. I'm going to pick them 10-0. I don't care.
All right, I need an attendance.
I'm going to say 65.
6,500. All right. Jamie.
Give me the boats and an upset over the slumping Renegades. I'm going to say 5,000.
Renegades won last week, folks.
Yeah, they beat. No, they lost to the Defenders.
They lost in the last minute to the Defenders.
Oh, my bad.
If they would have lost, then we all would have been 2-2 instead of 3-1.
Right.
Jeremy.
They played the Defenders really well, right?
Well, the last time they played the Defenders, that was
last week.
Not the Defenders, the Renegades. I'm sorry. Last time they played the Renegades.
Oh, the Showboats.
The Showboats.
I want to see if it was a close game or not.
No, it wasn't. It was a blow. We had 4 turnovers or something.
Oh, okay. Give me the boat. Give me the boat. Renegades are falling off. You're in trouble, Marcus. But 253 people show up.
250. in the Liberty Bowl. Okay.
Dude, Bill Alexander be mad at you right now. He hopes that many show up at his tailgate down there in Memphis.
Well, this will be the first time ever we all pick the showboats across the board all season. I'm going with the showboats. I'm gonna say the attendance is 3,000.
Just in case it's like 3,200, so I don't win. That's why he did it.
Game of the week: the Michigan Panthers at the Birmingham Stallions. Jeremy.
We beat them before. We'll beat them again. Panthers. And it's at Birmingham, right?
It's
Yes.
in Birmingham. It's a 2 p.m. kickoff on ABC.
You lost to them the last time. You didn't beat them.
I know. No, I know. I mean, we've beaten them before, is what I'm saying. We've
Yes.
beaten this team when they were a championship team and winning the division before.
Okay.
So, last season. And I think this team is better than last year's Birmingham team.
Yeah.
So I'm going with the Panthers
Okay.
to go ahead and close it out. They don't care. They already won the division or the conference. They're going to close out the season. They're going to beat them. And I think the attendance is going to be around 9,000.
9,000. All right, Jamie.
Give me the Panthers, baby. And I say 8,000.
8,000. Adam.
I'm going Birmingham.
You're going with the Stallions.
I am.
All
They're
right.
still fighting for a playoff spot, so it's not completely
All right.
wrapped up yet. They have to
All
win
right.
this week to get a playoff spot, I believe.
All right, and then give me an attendance.
We're at Birmingham. I'm going to say 8,300.
8,300. And wait, here we go. All right, I'm also picking the Panthers as well. I think it'll be a close game. The crowd's going to be hot. I'm going to say about 11,000 in Birmingham. Nice, decent crowd for a Memorial Day weekend. And then last, we got Jamie and I's teams are playing each other Sunday afternoon, 3 p.m. on Fox. The DC Defenders at the Houston Roughnecks. Roughnecks final home game of the regular season. Jamie, you go first in this one. Jamie, it's our teams playing each other.
Are we doing a watch along?
No, I have to work Saturday, and I'm going to my godchild's recital. Oh wait, this is a fucking Sunday. Oh no, I got my sister's travel ball game, so no watch along. I'm gonna try and watch it on my phone.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with DC, and the attendance is 4,400.
Yes, remember it's in Houston. It's their last home game. You said 4,400 or 4,000?
Yeah, 4,400.
All right. Go ahead, Adam.
Man, I'm going Defenders. And I am going to go 12,000.
12,000?
Final home game of the year.
Yeah, because that'll be the last football game played in the cage until college football season starts for UH. So
Do they get a home game or no? Or all the home or
this is
there
their
one
last
home game?
This is their last
then-
home game, and then next week they go to Detroit to play the Panthers.
No, I mean in the playoffs. So who gets a
Not the Roughnecks.
or do they play it all
They
somewhere
said,
else?
sorry, Adam.
No.
Go ahead. I don't know how their playoff format works, so that's why I'm asking.
Normally, it would be the one would get the home over the top two in each conference play. So you have the top two teams in the UFL or the XFL play in the XFL Conference Championship game, and then you have the other one, which is the USFL Conference Championship game. The one would host the two, but they said they're gonna have to move in somewhere else, even though Michigan has the home over Birmingham, because they already booked an event at Ford Field. But
as of right now, they're locked in. The Roughnecks and the Showboats are eliminated from playoff contention, and the Renegades and the Brahmas are eliminated from playoff contention. So it's locked in. Defenders and the Battlehawks in the XFL Championship, and the Panthers and the Stallions in the USFL Championship, unless if they play at another.
right now, the Defenders would host the Battlehawks.
Yeah,
Jeremy,
DC
where would they move this game to?
It would probably be the closest stadium they could, where there isn't an event. So, you know, on the ones that they have their deal with. Remember, they have to go to a stadium where they have the deal with. So I don't know if it's going to be outside or inside at this point. But
So
if
they
St.
could move
Louis,
it.
if
They could move it
St.
to
Louis
Canton.
is a, if
They
they
could move it to Canton, right?
they could move it to Canton, they could. That is a field they use, right?
they have before, yeah.
Okay. But in all actuality, if they wanted to be fair to give the advantage back, they could actually have it go to St. Louis. That way, it's the same distance from both areas, and it's a dome
Mhm,
to push the advantage back, the home advantage back to Michigan.
mhm.
I was
And
gonna say how close is Ann Arbor to there?
Ann Arbor is not far at all. It's an hour away from Detroit.
I just can't see an empty big house. I've never seen the big house empty in my
Yeah.
life. And if they move
And-
that over there,
They would have to announce it now to be able to start selling the tickets. And if they did, I guarantee you it'd be about 30 or 40,000 people in the big house.
I was gonna say
And it would still look empty.
I'm pretty sure there'd be a lot of college students there.
I know.
Football game, drinking day, college drinking day. That's all that would be.
if you can fill it up to 100,000 people, we'll give you free fuck Ohio State t-shirts to wear on national television.
Oh, no. I got the perfect shirt. It says you can't spell cocksucker, but the O, S, and U is underscores without OSU.
Yeah, I love that. Well, wait. Okay, so Jeremy,
Adam liked
you got,
that one.
all right, you got the defenders of the Roughnecks.
I got the defenders. I don't think the Roughnecks could beat a wet paper bag right now as bad as they beat last week.
No, you're right.
I
right,
couldn't believe that. I mean, I actually expected a game. Remember, I called for a close game.
All right, what's the attendance going to be for their last home game?
This is the defenders' last home game, right?
No, this is the
No,
Houston's last home game.
Oh, Houston's last home game? Oh,
Yeah, because next week they go to Detroit.
4,200.
4,200.
Mhm.
I have nothing to play for.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be loyal like Adam is with his showboats. I'm gonna stick with the Roughnecks. The attendance 2,000.
Loyal.
But there ain't gonna there. I guess it's not good to be a Houstonian. The Roughnecks are trash. The Astros suck. The Dynamos suck. Dynamo's going to be in San Jose. Astros got Seattle, which I think Seattle was beating the shit out of them. No, they're winning now 9-2. So Seattle's coming to town for baseball. They're going to be packing up Daikin Park. They could go to the Dynamo. They could go to the Roughnecks game, then drive like 4 miles to Daikin Park to go watch the Astros and the Mariners. So, I mean, you can try and fill it up for one last home game before you go to the other one, unless if they're playing a 12 o'clock game on Sunday, because it is the final. It's a 4-game series, so I think their final game is around 1:10 p.m. So, yeah, you got to pick and choose if you want to go to the ice box or the cage on your Sunday before Memorial Day.
Baseball or football?
I would, the way it is right now, I mean, I'm in a shithole because they both suck. So, I mean, I would, just because I've never been to a UFL game, I'd probably just pick the Roughnecks game and just go die in 95-degree weather in Houston instead of being in the air-conditioned Daikin Park watching them play. I don't even know if no, I don't. I mean, last time I watched them play the Seattle Mariners, Austin Nola was pitching for the Mariners, former LSU Tiger.
Jeremy, what the fuck has gotten into the Detroit Tigers?
They're still pissed off they lost last year to the Cleveland Guardians, and they're trying not to let them in.
Holy cow, they're playing lights out right now.
Yeah, they started out getting swept by the Dodgers, and since then have gone, 34 and
Yeah,
14?
they could have it at the end of the month, at the end of May, they could have a 10-game lead over the Guardians by then.
Right, and the Twins are catching the Guardians right now. Isn't that crazy?
Crazy. Rally Chris. What's up, Chris?
Rally, Chris. Good job.
Uh,
I don't know if your Angels are red hot, but I know the Tigers are smoking.
Smoking germ.
I'm just playing.
All right, boys. We ready to wrap this up?
Sure.
yeah, because I got to check on the basketball game right now.
All right. I am at Sports Talking It. This is UFL coverage of Week 8. You can get me there on Twitter. You can get me on the YouTube channel. I'm trying to comment back, but obviously someone has hacked our DMs, and now none of us can message each other.
I'll give it till tomorrow morning. You'll be back up because it's still down.
Yeah, and
apparently the Angels are on a 7-game winning streak right now, which is pretty sweet. Without Mike Trout, let's rephrase this.
Hey,
That's
wait,
right.
wait, and without Shohei Ohtani for the second year in a row. I had to throw that in. I know that tends to chafe the Angel fans a little bit.
Marcus.
You can find me right there. My personal Twitter at MarcusLee337. My show on the go at _TXLA, which next episode is going to drop. I'm going to drop one on Memorial Day, an early start time, probably be before 12 o'clock. But I got that show. I might do 2 episodes next week to kind of catch up because I'm going to have a lot more to talk about, especially with everything going on these days. So be on the lookout.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Jeremy.
All right. You can find me right here Tuesday and Thursday nights. Tuesday nights, we do the Open Sports Mic. Tonight, we do the UFL recap for the previous week and then predict the week coming up. You can also find me on my channel, which is Kneecap Biting with the Motor City Lions, where I am live every day of the week, and this show even goes live into there. You can find me on the Huddle Sports Network on YouTube. You can find me on Adams X. You can find me on Viking Rob's X and Ken the Bear Fans X. You can also find me on Facebook, on my personal profile, and also on Kneecap Biting with the Motor City Lions Facebook page.
Marcus, I wanted to tell you, Jeremy, it's working for Jeremy too, just to let you know. He's putting the @Twitter handle on in the title.
Well, I'm going to start copying and pasting like you said to do. So, and I need to figure, I don't know if I have to copy, how do I get it to share on the Facebook page, or do I have to do it like before I create the stream?
We can't go live for like 35 more days.
Oh, that's right. So I got to wait till mid-June.
Yeah. I don't know why. It's so weird. Facebook is so weird. If you create a podcast page on Facebook, it makes you wait 60 days to go live.
This baby bag bullshit.
So fucking weird. Anyway, Jamie, close us out.
You can find me, yours truly, at Bill Shet One at Bill's Mafia Chat, and also at Jamie Malloy, the unbiased journalist, at DJ Dog Tags on X, forkball.com, and stadiumride.com. I write about all sports. You guys can also follow me here on Driving to the Top Productions every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Joe Dalio and I host a Subway conversation chat, which is a Yankees Mets baseball pod. Tune into that every 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time on Driving the Top Productions. And then at 9 o'clock those same Tuesday nights, Marcus, me, Adam, Jeremy, and a bunch of other guys just shoot the crap and talk about anything that goes on with open mic night. And you can check us there on Driving the Top Productions. You can also check me on Smoking Jeremy B's channel every Wednesday night where we do round table talks. We talk about right now we're doing division reviews and things like that. We did an episode last night. You can check that out on his page, and also on Driving the Top Productions. Adam's been joining us for that. And Thursday, like I said, don't forget to tune in next Thursday, May 29th at 9 o'clock p.m. for our USFL show. And thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page, Driving the Top Productions. Like, comment, ring the bell for notifications. And for more content on Driving to the Top Productions, you can visit our YouTube page, Twitch stream, Facebook stream, X stream, wherever you consume your podcast. Thank you guys very much for listening. And this has been another production of Driving the Top Productions UFL Thursday night UFL recap. Jamie Malloy, thank you so much, folks. And don't forget to listen to us next week. Goodbye, folks.
Yeah, Chris, just to let us know, I don't know. None of our DMs worked either, so I have no idea. Apparently, are they working now, guys?
I haven't checked recently. Let me see. I got another notification. No. Mine still don't work.
But during
I'm checking mine
Marcus,
right
just
now.
to let you know, Raleigh Chris is keeping you updated with your Astros up 9-2 right now.
I know I should have been having the game on, but I wanted to wanted to play my Switch and watch the Western Conference Finals.
Right. But hey, guys, I wanted to thank everyone for tuning in on the channel, writing stuff in the comments. Always appreciative. And we will definitely see you next week. And everybody have a good night.
Thank you.